80% of the wealth in the hands of American Christians. Obviously, materialism is a problem in the American church. What about the rest of the world where materialism isn't such a problem? Is this just an American problem, or do you have examples of where the church has gotten it right?
Well, that's a great question. And materialism exists in every culture. And people can be very, very, very poor and obsessed with what they have. And people can have more and not be as obsessed. So it isn't just a function of how much you have. So materialism can be a god in the third world just as really as it can be in America. The only difference is that we can fund our imbalances and temptations so much more efficiently, because we've just got so much to draw from, so that materialism takes an uglier face simply because we have more to do with it, And so I give an example in Money, Possessions, Eternity of a man in Zambia who takes the family income, instead of feeding his wife and children, goes and buys a motorcycle with it. And that motorcycle that's it. This is an old, used, beat-up thing that might be worth $100, here. But to him, that's his way of being materialistic. For somebody else, it's less than a motorcycle. It's the biggest hut, or it's the biggest this or that, or whatever it might be. It's a condition of the human heart. The human heart, in one sense, seeks after God, but because it's turned away from sin, in sin and rebellion, it seeks the emptiness, the hole in our heart that Augustine and Pascal and others talked about. It seeks it in these other avenues where it's not really going to be there. And that's really what materialism does. So no, it's not a problem that's unique to the United States. And I also think that the principle of giving being the only antidote to materialism is every bit as true in a poor country as in a rich one. In fact, I had a missionary to Cuba ask me, is it really, he said, I really appreciated the treasure principle, but can I really teach this stuff on giving in this poor country where people's income is just so unbelievably low? Would that be cruel? I said, no, it would actually be cruel not to teach them this, because there is so much joy and self-esteem in the good sense and dignity that comes with giving. And I've been in churches in the third world, and a number of you have been as well, where they would not even consider giving anything less than a tithe, and most of them are giving way beyond the 10%, even when their annual income is $20, $50, $100 American. And there's a joy and satisfaction in that, and that can help deliver them from the same level of materialistic temptations they face in their culture, which are very different than ours, but the human heart is the same in all cultures. I remember this one time, Joseph Sohn, who some of you are familiar with, a brother who's a pastor in Romania and underwent severe persecution for his faith, was imprisoned, and I was in a small group with him where we were talking about eternal rewards. And he said in his experience, 90% of Christians who face the test of adversity pass it. And 90% of Christians, in his experience, that face the test of prosperity fail it. It doesn't matter whether you're Romanian, American, Filipino, whether you live in Haiti, Cuba, or you live in Korea or Taiwan or America or anywhere else. The temptations are the same, they just take a different form. And the freedom of a walk in Christ is the same. And it will manifest itself in different ways, but always, always it will manifest itself in joyful giving.